All right, this is Unit 4, Lesson 1. We are going to start by doing a quick review of something we did earlier this year, which is multiplying and dividing monomials and also multiplying and dividing polynomials. So let's start by multiplying and dividing monomials. First, a quick review of vocabulary. The number in front of a variable is called a coefficient. Let's make sure that we know that word because I'm going to use it. That's called a coefficient. And then we have a base and an exponent. That part you're fairly familiar with, a base and an exponent. So in this case, we're multiplying two monomials together. These are monomials because they are one term. As opposed to down here, I've got three terms. Terms are connected by pluses and minuses. Notice this is one term on its own being multiplied by another term. So when multiplying monomials, two steps. We're going to multiply our coefficients. So 9 times 3 is 27. And then we're going to add our exponents. And just to quickly review why we're going to add our exponents, x to the fourth is x times x times x times x. X to the third is x times x times x. And altogether, that's 7 copies of x. So we add our exponents, 27x to the 7th. So multiply coefficients, add exponents. That's how we multiply monomials. Division is very similar. Division, we are going to divide our coefficients or reduce it if it's a fraction that doesn't divide evenly. We're going to divide, so 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then x to the fourth over x to the third, instead of adding our exponents, we are going to subtract our exponents, which is going to give us x to the first. Why? Because x times x times x times x is x to the fourth over x times x times x is x to the third, and these three pairs all reduce to 1. So I'm left with just a single x in the top, which is x to the first. Divide coefficients, subtract exponents. Now, how does that apply to multiplying polynomials? So we're going to learn two different ways. I'll be honest with you, when I don't really use the distribution method when we're multiplying polynomials, and I don't really use the area model when we're multiplying a monomial times a polynomial, but I'm going to show you both just the same. Distribution you're familiar with. We are going to distribute this 3x squared through the parentheses. We're going to make sure we multiply it by everything. And now this is three cases of multiplying a monomial times a monomial, which we already did. So 3x squared times x squared is 3x to the fourth. Add your exponents. Minus 3 times 4 is 12. X squared times x to the first is x to the third. And then plus 6 times 3 is 18, and then the x squared just comes along because there's nothing to multiply it with. Now, we could do the same thing with the box method over here on the right. It's simply, we would just set up a box. You guys are familiar with the box method. So this would be a box that would have 3 columns and just 1 row. Pretty straightforward. That's why I don't use it for this kind of thing. 3x squared would go here, and then up top would be x squared minus 4x and 6. And then remember to fill in each of these boxes. We multiply by what's above it by what's to the left of it. So inside here, I would have, again, 3x squared times x squared is 3x to the fourth. 3x squared times negative 4x is going to be negative 12x to the third. And 3x squared times 6 is going to be 18x squared. And then you have to pull those terms out of the box, combine any like terms, and write your final answer. Notice this answer is exactly the same as this answer. So this is kind of a lot of extra work just to accomplish the same thing. So whenever I have a monomial times a polynomial, I just use regular distribution. What if we have a polynomial times a polynomial, which is what I have down below here? Okay, well, in this case, double distribution would look like this. I'm going to split up the first term, the first polynomial, into two separate pieces, and then I'm going to multiply it by the second polynomial. So here's what this looks like. I'm going to multiply x times 2x minus 5, and then I'm going to multiply 2 times 2x minus 5. So the x comes here and the 2 goes here, and I'm multiplying. This is double distribution essentially. So now I'm going to proceed with distribution, which is what I did above. 2x times 2x is 2x squared. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. 2 times 2x is 4x, and 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. Combine like terms in the middle. 2x squared minus 1x minus 10. Done. That's the double distribution method. But we have a box method to accomplish the same exact thing. So now my box, because I have a binomial times a binomial, I need two columns and two rows. My binomials get written on the outside, x and plus 2, 2x and minus 5. Again, multiply whatever's for each box, multiply whatever's above it by whatever's to the left of it. So I have x times 2x is 2x squared. 2x times 2 is 4x. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x. And negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. All the terms need to come out of the box. 2x squared plus 4x minus 5x minus 10. And then combine like terms. 2x squared minus 1x minus 10. Same exact answer as we got on the left-hand side. I tend to lean towards the box method when we're doing this. It's just a visual representation of the multiplication. So I tend to use this method when I'm monomial times polynomial, and I tend to use this method when it's polynomial times polynomial. Of course, you can use whichever method you prefer. Both of these are fair game. And that's it. That's lesson 1.